Good evening guys, good evening ladies, and welcome. We're in the shack. We're in the shack, it's Friday, we're in the shack guys. I'm going to show you some bits that I recently got. I did want to come on my new channel, but it's not set up for live stream, so I wasn't able to do that. I did want to come on the Record Collector channel, on Andy's record collection, but it wouldn't let me because it's not set up for it, so I need just to sort this out. There we go, we want the shack. There we go. Whoa. Hey, we've got 3 in already. Yep, let's... Hello Mark. Good evening my friend. Good evening to see you. It's always a pleasure, my mate. Yep, so what I've been doing tonight guys, I got these things, you know. I got these, what do you call it? What they are, they're not a new idea. I bought these from Temu, and what these are heat shrink tubing with solder in the middle of them. And what you do, you put your wires in and just heat it up and it solders it together for you. Because remember last week I had to make a new lead. Remember last week when I had the Lincoln plug, well not the Lincoln, when I had the Grant plugged in, it was only doing about 8 watts, 7 or 8 watts. But now I've done this, now I've remade this lead, I've just had this plugged in. I'll just move this for a minute. I've just had this plugged in and I've just clocked it on the test set, and it's actually doing now nearly 10, just under 10 watts. And that's because some of the power was escaping through the lead, you see, because the lead was dodgy. But yeah, we're almost hitting 10 watts on it now, which is what this radio, it's what this Grant should be doing. Hello Sam. Good evening Andy. Yes, I enjoyed our chat on the telephone this afternoon. Hope you and your good lady are good. Absolutely, I enjoyed our chat on the telephone. Yeah, I really enjoyed having a chat with you. I do like to speak to my subscribers if I can and interact with them. Mr. Paul says, hello and Merry Christmas to you and your family, and you take care. You too, my friend, and a Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Paul. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. So there's another channel now. Yes, there is, Mark. Andy's record collection, where I'll be discussing my record collection. I'll be discussing why I've got certain records and why I haven't got certain records, and why I want certain records and why I don't. We'll be going through my George Formby collection. I've got an extensive collection of George Formby. We'll be going through those, talking about George and his music, and we'll be talking about the Beatles, their music, and everybody else. We'll be going from ABBA to ZZ Top, pretty much, in the discussions. And I've got a bit of toothache. Anyway, I've got some more goodies from Temu. It's becoming what do you call it? Hey, do you know this little thing I was showing you last night, guys? See this little thing? Laura's got fingerprints all over it. See this little thing that I was showing you last night? I couldn't get that off Laura. I gave it to her to play with. She come over to see me. I said, yeah, I'll have a go at that because she loves her video games. So I gave it her to play it. Oh, I couldn't get it off her. And when she come over tonight, I said, do you want that? And she said, she had I think it was a Steam Deck. She had a Steam, it was either a Switch or a Steam Deck or something daft she's got. One of them things. And she had that with her and she was playing a game. I said, yeah, do you want to play with that? And I passed her it. And she was on it till she went. I couldn't get it back. I'm a bit late tonight, guys, because I fell asleep. I went to bed for an hour after my tea. I had faggots and chips and beans for me tea. I didn't really want the beans, and I said to Christine, don't do me any beans. I don't want beans. But she still gave me the beans. Anyway, I got that. And I got that e-shrink stuff, as I've just been showing you, this stuff. Which I think, guys, I'll be ordering another pack of this. Now let's go to the other camera. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. We don't need the big light on. We've got the... Oh, let's turn the radio on because it is the shack, isn't it? See if anybody's on there. Because I'm not going on 19 because of all the swearing and stuff. No, I don't like that going all across the air. See if anybody's on channel 6. He usually is. Side, is anybody on channel 6? Oh.
Got a side there, Steve. Side, come in.
Roger Dodger, you got Andy Apollo up on the Ponderosa in Stockport. Can you tell me who's on channel, please?
Sorry, mate, we've got a dead key. Turn your mic gain up or your gain on your radio.
Is that you, Carl?
Speaking.
Yeah, it's Andy. I caught me knob.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube if you want to check it out. And because we're in the shack tonight, so we're doing a shack video. So I thought I'd come on and see if anybody's about. Really, it was pretty active yesterday afternoon on here, Carl. You know, early evening, about 5 o'clock.
Who was on?
There was me, Lee Pitbull, and another Lee from Reddish, not far from me. He was on just testing a few radios, a few old radios. You know, like he had a Rotel 240 and a Maxcom 30E. And I think he just come on for a couple of radio checks. And yeah, he was on for quite a bit. We were all having a bit of a chat with him, like.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. No, I'm in bed at the moment. They've given me an additional pill to take. Can't think of the name of it now, but it's making me slur and making me head bang a bit and feeling tired. So if I go to sleep, I do apologise. Said to Steve and Lee and John that was on, I'm feeling a bit way out with this new pill. To help me get to sleep, it's fucking doing that. I've got my eyes closed talking to you. But my head's a bit banging, you know, side effects I'm sure. But Steve was saying we're hoping to get up to yours soon to get that gear, mate.
Yeah, Roger Dodger, yeah. I wish you wouldn't refer to it as gear. People will think I'm a drug dealer. They're buying some radios off me, guys. Buying some radios. It's not white powdery stuff. It's radios. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, every time I key my mic, you know, my face lights up because there's a bloody big LED on the front of it.
Ah, they're good, them LEDs, aren't they? They don't use much power like a standard lamp with a coil on it. And they get all different types of colours and sizes, which is good, you know.
Yeah, Roger Dodger. Yeah, so we had a bit of a... Yeah, I never got back on last night. By the time I did turn it back on, about 9:30, everybody had gone. So I never really got back on last night. I've just made a new lead up because me test lead, you know, the one I have with all the different leads on the end for the different radios. It was last week when I plugged it into my President Grant, it overheated. And my President Grant was only showing about 7 watts and it should be doing about 10 watts. And I remade the lead with some of that. I bought some of that heat shrink with the solder in the middle that you just heat up. You just push the wires in and heat it up, and bloody hell, it's marvellous. You know, I just heated it up with a fag lighter and melted the solder. And it soldered the wires, it soldered everything together. It's all good and solid. And when I plugged it into the back of me Grant, it now does 9 point something watts.
Oh, very nice. Well, I'm just using a Radtel at the moment. It's only a little handy talkie, but it's powerful. I'm putting out 5 watts. The unit will give me 10 watts in the menu, but if you use 10 watts on this thing from a full charge, the battery soon depletes, you see. So that'll be alright for an emergency, but yeah, I've got 5 watts rolling along here. Using my Antron, I've got it plugged into that so I can get out, you know.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're obviously on the roof aerial on the Antron. Yeah, I don't like them fiberglass aerials, the noisemakers. But you're certainly doing the job. The people who have them like them. You know, I've got a high gain silver rod up, and I only get about £5 or £6 worth of noise. Where it was higher than, the noise floor was higher than that when I had the IMAX up. But yeah, you could say I've downgraded, but I think for the better. But yeah, you're giving me about £7 or £8, Carl.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Hang on. Excuse me. Oh, that's good. 5 watts, that's not bad, is it? That's just handheld power. Yeah. And it seems that you've been busy anyway. Yeah, Steve's on with us. I don't know. Steve, are you picking Andy up? Oh, he's getting you, no problem. Are you picking Steve up, Andy?
No, I'm not. It's a shame, really, because I'd like to have a good chat with Steve. Because we've got a lot of things in common. And once we get in together, nobody else can get in. It's a bit of an issue when me and Steve can communicate, but we can't at the moment, unfortunately, because he's a bit low down.
Yeah, he's in his car with a Springer on the roof. It's quite a big, tall one, but he's just not making, the journey to you there. You never know, he might get sorted with an outside antenna, a home-based one, and surprise you, mate.
Well, when he had his burner, I know he can't use his burner because he'll flatten his car battery. But when he had his burner on, I had no problem getting him.
Oh, there you go, Steve. Food for thought. And he said, well, you can hear Andy, can't you? About the burner in your car.
All he has to do really is have the engine running a little bit and it won't flatten his battery.
Yeah, I got you, Steve. Yeah, go on, Andy, sorry.
And saying all he has to do really is run the engine a little bit and it won't flatten his battery.
Yeah, just run your engine a little bit, Steve, with the burner on. It won't flatten your battery then. Yeah, you don't want to spike his alternator, Andy, by doing that with the burner on. He's had alternator problems this couple of days, so not good, not good.
Yeah, Roger Dodger. Yeah. Can you still hear me all right, Carl? Because I've just moved the mic away. I moved myself into a more comfortable position, which moves the mic away from my mouth.
Yeah, of course I can. You're coming through good. No problem at all, mate.
Roger Dodger. Yeah, I got this mic off eBay, It was it's a capo, because everybody says how good they work on these 6900s, and they're not wrong. Anyway, I got this off eBay, practically new, and it even, I told you, didn't it? It came with a brand new Duraleak battery in it, and it was even wired for the radio.
Hey, that's good. Yeah, not many can do that. I've wired one of them up onto a 69. They're a pain in the ass. I do it by trial and error. I don't really understand the full workings of them. So I try trial and error. Get the receive fired up, and then, because the receive without a mic into the 69. So what I tend to do is go for the transmit and receive. Once I get them two wires sorted, the other two, it can either go one way or the other. And, that's how I wire them up, really.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you do these, because if you connect to pin 4, because there's a voltage on pin 4, I think it's for the channel up and down buttons. It has something to do with that on the original standard mic. Or it could be to pass power down to a condenser mic if you choose to wire one up. But there's voltage on pin 4, so you can't put anything on there. There's only 3 wires in this mic wired. Because as you say, you don't need the mic for receive, because these receive without a mic in them. The audio comes up without a mic, and you only need it really for TX audio, TX obviously transmit, and your ground for both of them. Yeah, if you put a wire on pin 4, it can blow the radio up, I believe.
Oh dear, we'll have to steer well clear of that then. Yeah, I knew one of them carried a bit of voltage, but I didn't know what pin it was. Oh bloody hell. Oh, why? I've got an MB plus 5 on an Amstrad 901. That was a pig's ass to fucking decode for the wiring, but I did it, and it works okay now.
Yeah, those Amstrad 901s, they're Cybernet wiring, because they're actually a cut down version of a Cybernet board that's in them. They're a very good cut down. It depends on which one you've got. If you've got the Japanese one, the original one, because Alan Sugar only ordered one batch of those, and the rest of them, the ones that are made in Hong Kong, they're fakes.
Yeah, it's Hong Kong the one I've got. It's still got the little sticky label on the back. Yeah, I know the Japanese ones are the good ones and the Hong Kong one. Well, it works. I tuned it up to 8 watts max and just altered the audio control on the board there to compensate for the power mic, so I can turn the power mic up full and it doesn't become distorted now.
Yeah, if you tune that up to 8 watts max, you want to turn it down, you'll kill it. You'll kill it, Carl. Not designed to do that. Turn it down to about 5 watts. Should really be 4, but really you want to turn that shouldn't be doing 8 watts. That's Christine. I'll ring her back in a minute. That shouldn't be doing 8 watts. That'll kill the output doing that. I mean, the length of your overs it will. I've seen how long you can be talking for. Let me just get this. I'll be back in a minute.
Alright, Andy, no problem. I'll take you through to Steve. Go on, Steve.
Hello? Yeah, I'm up. I'm up. Oh, she'll ring me back. She said she would, didn't I?
Andy,
What?
are you?
Yeah,
You going on YouTube?
I'm on YouTube now.
Oh, alright then. See you later.
I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Yeah, I'm back, Carl. I must be talking to Steve. I can't get Steve, and it's a shame that, because I enjoy talking to Steve. That's Steve Arctic Fox. Not far from me. Well, not far from me. Not far from Carl, sorry. But he's...
Andy.
Who's that?
Not telling you.
Hi, Penny, how are you doing?
No,
Daz.
further away.
Further away than Daz?
Yeah.
Who are you then? Because you're pegging me bloody, pegging me bloody scale. That's for sure. I can't remember who you are. Which one are you? You got to be Penny or Daz. No, there is another one in there. I can't remember who it is.
Yeah, it's me.
It's you. How are you doing?
I'm alright, Andy. Fuck off. Forgot my name. Forgot who I am. It must be Pally.
It's Brett.
Get away.
I wish I could. How are you doing, mate? Nice to hear you back on.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. It's just been nice, you know what I mean? Play the game and see how we get on. Everybody's happy, it would seem. For a while, anyway. Yeah, everything's good, mate. You?
Yeah, sweet as a nut. Yeah, I'm just on YouTube at the moment, Brett, doing my live stream. Yeah, that, what do you call it? That arsehole from Stockport Homes has gone, hasn't he?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. It's be all and end all to him. You know what I mean? He didn't give a fuck. They didn't like him in the office. When I actually went down to his office, and I had a few words with people I know was in the gut, one of them being an ex-girlfriend, and he was disliked by just about anybody, whether he was in the car out of it, on service, or
or playing from the, you know, his office. The guy's a complete tit.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, his mum had 3 tits, he was one of them. Yeah, well, I wouldn't let him in here. And he sent me a letter saying he complained to the antisocial behaviour people at Stockport Homes and said that I was being racist. And I wasn't being racist. What I said to him was, he asked me to put my dog away. And I said, no. I said, my dog lives there. I said, if you don't like it because my dog's wandering around, I said, then you can't come in. He said, but I'm scared of dogs. I said, but you can't blame me for that. And what he doesn't realise, when I was a very young child, Brett, and this is true this, when I was a very young child, I got savaged by a German Shepherd up the road from us when we lived in Peel Hall. When I was a child, I was about 6 or 7, maybe 8. I'd gone to the shop for my parents, my mum, and when I cut on the way back, I got savaged. It just came from out of nowhere. But I'm not scared of dogs. I love them. You know, it never left me with a fear of dogs. And I told him that. I said, I got savaged by a German Shepherd. I says, and when you're like 7 or 8, I said, it was the biggest German Shepherd you've ever bloody seen. And it came lolloping over this fence, you know. And it had me, and the owner grabbed it and give it a good smack around the side of the head and dragged it in. And I told my dad, and my dad went round, and the owner apologised. He was very apologetic, the owner. I mean, and he said it's out of character. He said he's never done it before, you know, and it probably hadn't. But you know, in fact, I've been attacked twice. I got attacked by another dog when I'd gone to the shop for a newspaper, and coming back, I got attacked by this bloody great big dog with a big fat face. And I says to my mum, I says, whose is that dog out there? She says, it belongs to Christine Eslop. I says, well, she says, why? I says, it's just had me. And my mum went over to see Christine, and she said, oh, tell Andy I'm sorry. What it was a rescue dog, and they used to beat it with a newspaper, and it thought I was going to hit it with my newspaper, but I wasn't, obviously not. And that's why he went for me. But I'm not scared of dogs, I love them. And he sent me a letter from the antisocial behaviour people saying I was being racist, and I wasn't being racist. I just told him he couldn't come in because I weren't locking my dog up.
Yeah, mate, I thought they were going to sort of knock on and play foot with you. I don't think Andy's a bad lad, but he's ate me dog.
You know, oh, by the way, we're hijacking someone's channel. It's we've got Carl and we've got Steve Arctic Fox on, Brett.
Yeah, QSL, mate. I've been leaving a considerable gap. Good sight more than you do anyway, pal. Nobody's come in yet. They must be doing something else. But I believe they are on Fraconce.
Roger Dodger. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube at the moment. Talking to people on YouTube and chatting, chewing the fat with you as well. Are you all sorted out for Christmas, Brett?
Yeah, mate, yeah. I've got an additional, I don't know, can of special meat for the dog, and that's about it, really. I've sent my Christmas card off to me. I always get one, mate. I always get a good one.
Yeah, do you know what Brett does, guys? He buys one Christmas cracker, and what he does, he ties one end to the dog's paw and pulls the other.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, I don't know who's telling you that, but it is in fact the truth. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And, the only bit they've let me down with, really, to be fair, mate, is the Christmas dinner. I don't know who did it. I can't remember the name, but it was a pre-prepared sort of thing, like straight out the fridge, straight in the oven, and a few other bits to jive it up a little bit. I think it was about £8 or something. But it was nice, and they stopped doing it. I think it was Asda or something. So that's me, back to chip butty again, mate.
Yeah, I normally get a Christmas dinner. My mate, you know Graham, don't you? Graham Cook, the Mildred. He normally brings me a dinner round, so, you know, what I do, I save a little bit of that and I give it to scraps. After I've finished eating it, I just put it down in scraps as I go.
Yeah, well, he's probably entitled to, isn't he? He must be 24 or something. He's still about though, isn't he? I haven't seen him for a bit, but I can hear him speeding down, running into things, whatever. It's all good.
Oh, he's still about. I thought he was 19 this year. He's not. He's 18. He's 19 next year. I got me confused. Which, is, as you know, me getting confused is not that difficult, is it?
Oh, come on now, mate. Anybody that puts the effort into life that you do and go around electrocuting your mates, well, full honours.
I'll never hear the end of that, will I? I'll just tell the guys and girls on here. I nearly electrocuted the guy I'm talking to, who's a friend of mine. Nearly electrocuted him in the kitchen. Yeah, they were the days, eh, Brett?
Well, he was struggling, wasn't he? And he said, yeah, I'll just lean it over that way a little bit, and the next minute I get a full belt, I throw it up in the air. I don't know how I managed to catch it, but it comes straight back down again, and I caught it. What was it? Oh, it was that rotator window, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah, I must admit, good old belt, good old hum. Didn't scream like a big girl. I just cried a little.
Oh, at least you put a few extra volts in your battery. Yeah, listen, I'll let you give the others a shout while I just check my chat on here, Brett.
Indeed, yes, carry on. Now, anybody wishing to couldn't give a flying or...
And there we go, guys. That's my friend from up the road, Brett. Known Brett for years.
Yeah, we've got you, Brett. Carl. How you doing, mate? I'm a bit non-compass mentis at the moment.
Yeah, Carl's a bit fucked. He's took a cyanide pill. Charlie Tango 180. Just found your stream very good. And hello from Northern Ireland. Hello, another Irish viewer. Lovely. I've got a few Irish viewers that come in. I've got a few that come in, and yeah, that's top. That brilliant. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. So what we're doing really? We'll just turn this down a minute. Yeah, what we're doing at the what we've got, we bought this heat shrink, and you just shrink it on. It melts the solder and does the job. We also got some new files, because we need some new files, so we bought a new set of files. They're probably shit, but for a couple of quid, hey guys, you can't complain. There's just about, for what I'm going to do, they'll be ideal. I also decided to get myself some pliers, cutters and stuff of that nature, because I needed them. And I've tried the cutters, and they're not bad. I mean, they're not brilliant. For a couple of quid, they're not going to be brilliant. But you know, that's what we've got there. I also bought some oiling bottles. I can't remember where I put those, but I bought some oiling bottles because we need oiling bottles for the workshop for when we're oiling record players. And these have got like hollow syringes that they've got like hollow needles on them. You know, they're hollow but they're not sharp. They're blunted. They're like you're getting them filler cartridges of them, then cartridge refill kits. It's that sort of idea. But we've got them somewhere, and I'm not sure where I put those. I'm not quite sure where I put those. They're here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Being pretty much translucent. There are, guys. I got 3 of those. And what you do, you pull your top off. You pull your top off, and you basically, it's a filler tube. You can't stick that in you know. And then what I'll do, I'll fill that with oil, and then I can oil the top and bottom bearings of the motor. Then you see very easily, and we can get the oil where we want it. But that's it. And that was, so we got 3 of those. Put that there for a minute. We got 3 of those, and I think that was it. But and that I think that came. Oh, and we also got a fuse kit. We got another fuse kit. I think it come to about 20 quid for this lot. You know, maybe just over 20 quid for that lot, and that's not bad. You know. you know, and you know, but yes, you know, let's just see what what's his name, Charlie's saying. Have to nip out, so enjoy the evening. Subbed, so we'll see your live feeds from now on. Take care. You too, Charlie. Take care, my friend. Thank you very much for coming in and for the sub. Yeah, it's always nice to have new people coming in. You know, and yeah, we're on Channel 6. We're on Channel 6 on the UK FM, what we call the Muppets. We call it the Muppets here in the UK, but we're on Channel 6 on that band at the moment. On the 6900, and as I say, the Lincoln, sorry, not the Lincoln, the Grant. I will check the specs for that and see what it should do. But I noticed last week it was doing about 7.5 watts on AM and FM, and it was doing about the same on SSB, and it should do more on SSB. Anyway, when I tried it tonight, it was doing 16 watts on SSB. So, you know, when I spoke into it, it was going up to it was swinging up to 16 watts. So, you know, and that's where having a test set really comes into its own. I mean, you can't really do this, and you can't do this with small hobby meters. You know, you can't get they just don't have the accuracy that a test set provides. You know, and they really don't. And my friend Richard Sherby, who does UK CB servicing, he's always talking about that, and he's dead right. You know, you can buy good quality meters that will do it. You don't have to spend, you know, thousands of pounds or hundreds of pounds on a test set. You know, you can get a capable meter that will do it, like the Watsons and Revexes and stuff like that. The good quality SWR meters, they'll give you, them types of meters will do it. You know, but the Zetagi ones, don't even go there. You know, they're tuned to say you're doing a zillion watts when you're only doing 4. You know, horrible meters. But you know, always, you know, when you're gonna tune or when you're gonna check the power of a radio, always check it with a dummy load. Don't check the power with an aerial, because it's relative. Basically, you know, yeah, it could show a different reading with an aerial. The radio's still putting out 4 watts, but we'll say 4 watts as a benchmark. The radio could still be putting out 4 watts because that's what we've set it to on the dummy load. But we get reflected power coming back in, because your aerial's never perfect. No matter how low you get your SWR, you know, you're never gonna be perfect. I mean, my SWR isn't 1:1. It's about it's just below 1.5 on this band, and I think it's slightly higher on mid band. And the further up or down I go, it varies. I think my SWR is actually about I think the sweet spot's around 28 megs, around there somewhere, I think, if I remember rightly. But it does what I need it to do. But it never ever check your power using your aerial, you know, or your antenna if you're in places of the world where they call it the antenna. You know, never have your aerial or antenna plugged in when you're checking power. Always use a dummy load. You know, you can buy a dummy load for £10. I've got a 10 watt dummy load knocking about here somewhere. I was looking for it earlier because I just wanted to check the Lincoln quickly, just to make sure the lead wasn't overheating. But I decided to plug it into. I couldn't find the dummy load, so I just plugged it into the test set. And I thought, as it's in the test set, because the test set has a dummy load in there, And it's going to be a very good dummy load. I mean, my test set, my friend Richard told me, when my test set was new, it was about £10,000. It was very expensive when it was a new instrument. But I got it for 700. Well, 725 because it was £25 shipping. You know, and the guy wanted nearly 1,000 for it. He wanted 950 for it when I got it. But I knocked him down. He did have make an offer, so I made him an offer. I sort of lowballed him a little bit, and I offered him I offered him 700 because I thought 700 was fair because the guy repairs test sets and he obviously tested this, and I run the self test once a month to make sure that it's right. But yeah. I thought I was beginning to think there was something wrong with the Grant because it was having trouble. But what it was, the heat was coming out through the wire. If you don't have the right wire, you know, if you don't have the right thickness wire, you know, you're going to have nothing but problems with your transmitted power. Receive, it won't make any difference. But you've got to remember that you know, when you key the mic, that's when you're starting to draw current. You know, it's one of those things. You know, but yeah. So I thought we'd do a bit of radio. We'll come on Channel 6 because you know, there's to be honest with you, you know, I know I swear, but Jesus, man. There's too much profanity on 19. I mean, I've got a lot of friends who go on 19. I didn't twig who Brett was, did I? I thought it was Panny, Steve. Then I thought it was Daz. And then I never thought about Brett. But yeah, you know, he's a good friend, Brett. I nearly electrocuted him in the kitchen with an aerial rotator years ago. They won't let me live it down. Every time we speak, he mentions that. It's his own fault. He should have come with the coconut macaroons. He didn't have the coconut macaroons. It's his own fault. He should have brought the macaroons. No, I'm joking, guys. It was actually an accident. I says, yeah, I rolled this and I turned the plug on. And, yeah, he dropped my fruit up in the air like a hot potato and he caught it. And as he caught it, I pulled the plug out. But we've all done it, guys. I've had a piece of test instrument, piece of test equipment in my hand. I've done it with a signal generator, you know, and we've all done it with home-based CB radios. The way them things were wired, we've all done it with those. We've all put our fingers in and been bit by one of those. Anyway, guys, let's just see.
I've heard of one, yeah.
You know, I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I want to watch some YouTube videos. Thank you very much for coming in. And it means the world to me that you do come in. You know, and all there's to say is a Merry Christmas to everybody, because I think this is going to be the last shack until after Christmas, because it's Christmas next Wednesday, I think. Is it? Or is it Thursday? I think it's Wednesday, isn't it? Let me just check. It's the 18th, 19th today. It's the 25th on, yeah, Thursday is the 25th. Friday's the 26th. So yes, we'll be here we'll be back Boxing Day, guys, with another shack. We'll be here Boxing Day with another shack. You know, you all enjoy Christmas. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, on the vintage audio repairs channel tomorrow. We've got the karaoke, because we're doing the karaoke a day early, because I've got to go out on Sunday. So I'll need to remind Steve not to come on Sunday, unless of course I get back in time. But by the time I get back, I won't feel like messing about with YouTube and stuff. Hello Julie Honey. Been watching quality. Bye. Oh, thank you for the coffees, Julie. I meant to thank you when I first came on. Thank you very much, honey. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much for the coffees. I almost forgot. And I don't usually forget, so, you know, yeah. I normally say thank you when I sort of come on, but I do like to thank people when I see them show up in the chat, because I know they're definitely there. And I do like to thank people personally, because it is a personal thing. I mean, it really is. It's a personal thing, and I'm very grateful to those that do buy me a coffee. And, you know, I am very grateful to those that do. But, the nice thing about this channel, all my channels, the one thing about all my channels they've all got in common, nobody has to give me anything. You know, they really, really don't, guys. Nobody has to give me anything, but people do. And that's what makes it special. There's no members only, no clubs, you know, nothing to join. You know, I do the odd giveaway occasionally. I mean, I gave Mark's wife a radio a while back, and I gave Mark a couple of records that I had surplus. So, you know, I do give the odd thing away, and if I've got something that somebody wants and it is for free, then always let me know, you know, and I'll get it out to you. And, I send all sorts of bits out. I send parts out, I'll do jobs for free. If it's a simple job, I'll do it for free. You know, just pay the postage to get it to me and get it back. I'll do it for free if it's a simple job. You know, like that thing I did for Paul the other week for his cake mixer. You know, I just put a couple of components in for him. I'll take it for free. Well, I do. My mate Steve, he's dead now, my mate Steve. Steve Latham. I do miss Steve. We used to have some right laughs. He used to call me the for nothing man. And his third wife says to his third and last wife, as it sadly turned out to be, she turned around and she says, "Why do you call him the for nothing man?" He said, "Because if it's free," he says, "his bloody head pops up," he says. You know, he says, "It doesn't matter what it is, if it's for nothing, he'll have it." You know. Which is pretty much true. I mean, I do draw the line somewhere, but it is pretty much true, that. You know, because, you know, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I don't look a gift horse in the mouth, and I never have done. You know. But I also like to think I give back as well. I mean, you know, if I've got something and somebody can use it, you know, if the postal package is just a couple of quid, I'll pay it. But if somebody wants to and it's pretty expensive on the postage and packing, and I'm going to give it to them, then yeah, you know, I will expect to get my postage and packing back, which I think is fair. But yeah, I don't expect anybody, you know, I mean, and it never will happen. You'll never ever come on this channel and be asked to join. Never. You'll never go on the Vintage Audio Repair channel and be asked to join. You'll never go on the record collection channel and be asked to join. You'll never go on any channel of mine and be asked to join, because that's not how I do things. I do give a lot to the channel, you know. I take it seriously. I mean, yeah, we have our laughs and we sit here and fart and stuff like that and have a bit of a laugh. But I'm the same off camera as I am on. Warts and all. What you see is what you get. Nothing fancy, nothing frilly. Just basic old me. That's what you get. And I think that's what people like about the channels, because, the bare bones honesty, I suppose. I mean, there was a lad. I've not. No. it won't do yet because I'm still preparing it. I want to get it to somewhere half decent, nearly done, ready to be used before I actually do that. You know, I will put a link up. You know, as soon as I've authenticated it and it comes up, and it comes up that it's active, I will come on live, and I'll talk about what the channel's going to be about, like I do with all my channels that I create. I will discuss what it's going to be about and what we're going to be doing on it and stuff like that. You know, but we're not going to be able to play a lot of records on it, I know that, because of the copyright, but we'll be able to talk about the records, and we're going to cover everything from ABBA to ZZ Top, you know, all the way from, you know, pretty much everything. We'll talk about the charts of the past and stuff like that. We'll talk about my collection, you can tell me about your collections, and that's what the channel's going to be about, you know. But like I say, you'll never ever come on any of my channels and find that, you know, you'll find a button that says join. You'll never do that. That'll never happen because I don't like people who do that. I mean, yeah, I understand people do it for money. I don't do it for money. I do it for the love of doing it. I do it because I want to do it, and it's, you know, but yeah. I think Jules is missing her moderation spanner. Yeah, I thought I gave Jules a spanner. I haven't, have I? Would you like a spanner, Julie? If you want a spanner, you can have a spanner anytime you want one. Yeah, I'll do you a spanner. Why not? Yeah, I should be able to do it from here. Julie, add as moderator, standard moderator. There we go. There you go. You should turn blue, Julie, at some point, probably on your next comment. I don't know. At some point you should turn blue, and you've now got a spanner. Yeah. I mean, if anybody deserves a spanner, it's Julie deserves a spanner, definitely. You know, absolutely. You know, but you can't give them to everybody. You can't have everybody as a moderator, but certain people. I think there's only you on here, and Clarence. I can't remember. Oh, I think Harvey's one. There you go. That's you sorted out with your spanner, Julie. So if anybody comes on now and you don't like what they've said, you just block them. You just get rid of them for us. Clarence has seen a few off, haven't you? Yeah, Clarence has seen a few off. But yeah, so you know, we've had a bit. It was nice to have a chat with Brett. Actually, he only lives up the road. I mean, I could have just walked up there and seen him. You know, because obviously I know where he lives. He's a mate. You know, I could have walked up there and seen him, but you know, I didn't expect him back on. But he was having a bit of hassle. I won't go into it. That's his business. But he was having a bit of hassle. Obviously, he's got it sorted. Oh, you're welcome, Julie, honey. You're welcome. Any attacks on others are grounds for elimination. Basically, what it is, it's anybody who comes on and they go on about my personal hygiene, which is nothing to do with anybody, or they rude to me, unpleasant to me, or they're unpleasant to another user, another YouTuber on the channel in the chat, because you know they're all instant banning offences, unless it's somebody who I know and they're having a bit of fun. You know, like my mate Mark Balshaw, he'll come on, he'll call me a fat fucker or something daft like that. Well, that's different because I know Mark is a friend. So, you know, that's different. You know, someone who comes on and if I spot it, I say, yeah, they're okay. But, you know, anybody who's never been on and you know, they start being a bit of an arsehole, then yeah, that's what we do. We get rid of them. You know, but nobody. I won't allow anybody to come on here and pick on me, and more importantly, pick on you guys. You know, we have a nice little community on here. We do across my other channels as well. We have a nice little community, and we all get on very well, and you know, we talk to each other. We all have a bit of a laugh. You know, you can all tell me what you're up to. You can even tell me your problems. You know, I'm a bit like an agony uncle, I suppose, but I don't mind that, because, you know, if somebody's got a problem and they want to share it, then that doesn't bother me. They're more than welcome. You know, that's more than welcome. I'll talk to people, mate. And I think that's one of my skills. I'm able to speak to people, and I'm able to do it in a way where I'm understanding, and, you know, they can understand what I'm saying, and, you know, I can relate to them and stuff. You know, anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. And like I say, thank you very much for coming in. It's always a pleasure. I will see you tomorrow for the karaoke for tomorrow afternoon. I'm not sure what time. I'll set it up later, and the time I'll put, you know, I'll set it up before I go to bed. And you'll all get notified of what time. Probably about 1 o'clock or something daft. Between 1 and 2 o'clock or something, we'll probably do it. Yeah, so that's probably what we'll do tomorrow. And I might even play Super Mario on my new machine I got yesterday. That's if my daughter hasn't flattened the battery. Probably have to charge it up. But yeah, she loves it, my daughter. She loves that little hand gaming machine. She loves it, you know. I said to her, do you like that? She says, I do. I said, I'll get you one for your birthday. So, you know, that's her birthday taken care of. I'll buy her one of them. You know, and, you know, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong, can you? You know, you all take care, guys. And from the shack, a Merry Christmas to everybody, you and yours, a Merry Christmas. You all take care, and you all enjoy. Have a nice Christmas day, and I'll be back with you on Boxing Day here in the shack. But you'll see me before that anyway, because you'll see me again tomorrow in the Vintage Audio in the workshop when we do the karaoke. We'll find some Christmas songs. We'll do some Christmas songs, and we'll see what we've got. You all take it easy. Thank you very much, guys, and you know, I will catch you later. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Oh, like, share, subscribe, buy me a coffee only if you want to. Bye for now, guys and girls.